Even though, you can find various brands of ginger ale on the shelves of any supermarket, making your own creates an entirely different and noticeably better flavor. As long as you have the right ingredients, you can make a 2-liter bottle of fresh ginger ale, straight from the ginger. Method 1. Old-fashioned method. Step 1. Gather your ingredients. Here's what you'll need to make ginger ale, the old-fashioned method. 1 cup, 225 grams, sugar. 2 tablespoons, 30 grams, freshly grated ginger root. Juice of 1 lemon. 1/4 teaspoon, 1.6 grams, fresh granular baker's yeast. Cold, pure water. Step 2. Using a dry funnel, add 1 cup of sugar to a bottle. Leave the funnel in place until all of the steps are completed, and the bottle is ready to be capped. Step 3. Take 1/4 teaspoon fresh granular active baker's yeast. Use any brand you'd find at a health food store. Step 4. Pour the yeast into the bottle using the funnel. Shake the bottle to evenly distribute the yeast grains among the sugar granules. Step 5. Grate the ginger root with a fine cutting grater to yield 2 tablespoons grated root. Use the finest toothed side of the grater. Step 6. Place the grated ginger in a measuring cup. Step 7. Juice a whole lemon. Lemon is essential for maintaining a low pH level and warding off unwanted microorganisms. If you don't like lemon, try grapefruit juice instead. Step 8. Add the juice of a whole lemon to the grated ginger. Step 9. Stir the lemon juice and grated ginger to form a slurry, then add it to the bottle. It may stick in the funnel. Don't worry, the next steps will wash it into the bottle. Step 10. Rinse the container that held the lemon juice and grated ginger with fresh clean water. Add the rinsing water to the bottle. Step 11. Cap and shake the bottle. This helps activate the yeast and gets the carbonation process going. Step 12. Reopen and fill the bottle to the neck with fresh, cool, clean water. Leave about an inch of head space, then securely screw the cap down to seal. The head space is necessary to leave room for gases that will be produced during fermentation. Invert the bottle repeatedly to thoroughly dissolve sugar. Check the bottom of the bottle, because the sugar tends to stick in little pockets there. The ginger root will not dissolve, of course. Step 13. Keep the ginger ale in a warm place for 24 to 48 hours. The warmth is required for the yeast to ferment the brew. But don't overlook it. If you wait too long, the alcohol concentration rises, and the taste changes dramatically. Step 14. Squeeze the bottle forcefully with your thumb, to see if the carbonation is complete. The fermentation produces carbon dioxide, similar to that found in sodas and seltzers, which inflates the bottle, and makes it difficult to squeeze. Step 15. Refrigerate the bottle once it feels hard to a forceful squeeze, usually after only 24 to 48 hours. Refrigerate at least overnight to completely chill before serving. To slowly release the pressure, gently crack the lid of the cool ginger ale. You don't want a ginger ale fountain. Method 2. On the stovetop. Step 1. Gather your ingredients. Here's what you'll need to make ginger ale, using the stovetop method. 1½ ounces, finely grated fresh ginger. 3/4 cup, 6 ounces, sugar. 7½ cups, 60 ounces, filtered water. 1/8 teaspoon. 5 grams, active dry yeast. 2 tablespoons, 30 grams, freshly squeezed lemon juice. Step 2. Grab a large, 2-quart saucepan. Over medium-high heat, add the grated ginger, sugar, and ½ cup, 4 ounces, water together. Stir your concoction until the sugar has dissolved completely. This will take a few minutes, so be patient. Step 3. Once the sugar has dissolved, remove the pan from the heat. Place it to the side, cover and allow to steep for 1 hour. Resist the urge to mess with it, right now your concoction needs uninterrupted time. Step 4. Strain your syrup. The easiest way to do this will be to pour the syrup through a fine mesh strainer, set directly over the bowl. Press down on the bits, to get all of the juice out of the mixture. Once you've got as much liquid out as possible, throw the bowl in an ice bath, or set in the refrigerator until the concoction reaches room temperature, 68 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 to 22 degrees Celsius. Step 5. Get your funnel ready. Place it on top of a clean, plastic 2-liter bottle and pour in the syrup. Then, add the yeast, lemon juice, and remaining 7 cups of water, 56 ounces. Twist the cap on the bottle until it's securely on, and gently shake to mix everything together. Leave it alone and at room temperature for 48 hours. But no longer. If you leave it out too long, the taste will start to become too bitter as the yeast ferments. Step 6. Open her up. Pop open the top, and check for the right amount of carbonation. If there seems to be enough, throw that baby in the fridge. If not, wait a little longer. Store in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks, opening the bottle at least once a day to let out excess carbonation. Otherwise pressure will build up, and you risk it exploding. Method 3. Non-alcoholic version. Step 1. Gather your ingredients. Here's what you'll need to make non-alcoholic ginger ale. 1 cup, 200 grams, peeled, finely chopped ginger. 2 cups, 450 milliliters, water. 1 cup, 225 grams, sugar. 1 cup, 225 milliliters, water. Half cup, 115 milliliters, club soda, per glass. A few drops of lime juice. Lime wedges, for garnish. Step 2. Bring 2 cups of water to a boil in a saucepan. Add the ginger, which should be peeled and finely chopped. Reduce heat to medium-low, and let the ginger sit in the simmering water for 5 minutes. Remove from the heat, and let sit for 20 minutes. Any longer than that, and it might be too gingery. Step 3. Strain the liquid through a fine mesh strainer. Discard the ginger pieces. The water should be completely infused with the ginger taste, so you don't need them. Step 4. In a separate saucepan, make the simple syrup. Dissolve 1 cup granulated sugar into 1 cup of boiling water. When it's not grainy anymore, it's ready. Set aside. Step 5. Mix half cup of ginger water with 1/3 cup of the simple syrup and half cup of club soda. This is the amount needed for each glass. Add a few drops of fresh lime juice and a lime wedge to each drink. Serve chilled and enjoy. Tips. You can substitute artificial sweeteners for most of the sugar, as long as you still use 2 to 3 tablespoons, 28 to 42 grams, of real sugar. This is all that is actually required for the yeast to carbonate the beverage. Fermentation has been used by mankind for thousands of years for raising bread, fermenting wine and brewing beer. Carbon dioxide causes bread to rise and gives effervescent drinks their bubbles. This action of yeast on sugar is used to carbonate beverages, as in the addition of bubbles to champagne. Make sure the fermenting vessels are cleaned before use. There are a wide variety of powdered sanitizers that can be used. You may, of course, adjust the quantities of sugar and/or extract to taste. Note that the lemon called for in Step 7 is optional, but recommended to discourage unwanted bacteria. If you want a spicier drink, you can increase the amount of grated ginger. For an interesting variation, simmer a piece of well-bruised root ginger in water for an hour, as an alternative method of extracting the flavor. This will give the water a golden or brownish tint. Start with about 20 grams of ginger root per 2 liters of water, and increase or decrease to taste. Filter the ginger ale through a strainer, if you find floating pieces of ginger objectionable. If you don't, these will pour out into the first glass or two and, since most of the ginger sinks to the bottom, again in the last glass or so. Rinse the bottle out immediately, after serving the last of the batch. To personalize your ginger ale, design your own label, and attach it to the bottle, as you place it with pride in the center of your dinner table. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you have any questions or feedback, please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe to get updates on new videos.